Hey, welcome. Dino Miliotis here. Did you miss me? I love that. Hey, today I want to share something with you because I just finished doing a radio show. Okay, I was invited as a guest, and flattering and everything. Um, Here's the thing: they only gave me 18 minutes. It was filled with commercials, and so for most of the time, I'm on the other line listening to the host, obviously the commercials, and she would also take some caller questions. And one of the questions came from this gal who was basically asking, "Hey, you know what? I've worked for this company for a really long time, and I'm not sure if I can get any more advancement there. It's like kind of like the boys' club." Okay. Now I'm going to touch on a nerve for a second, glass ceilings, but it's not gender specific. I mean, it happens to everybody. It happens for, race and background and ethnicity and, gender, real hot topics these days. But I'm not going there. I'm not, just hear me out. So, so when I'm listening to her, obviously the host was a life coach. And she's like, well, have you talked to maybe any other females that have advanced and just kind of get their take, or find out if the boss likes communication either by email or if they're more chatty and you can kind of get to know them? And, all good advice. I'm not a counselor, so I don't want to go there. But, I almost wanted to get through the phone and just grab this lady and just say, hey, you know what? These glass ceilings, they only exist in your head. So let me explain that one. Let me explain these glass ceilings, okay? Growing up, now I'm 5'6". I'm a short guy. I'm never going to be taller. I have to live with that, okay? But pretty much my entire life, I felt like I was 12 feet tall. And I've talked about that before. Kind of reminds me of a really cool story. When I was 7 years old and my brother was 10, there was a 3-year difference. All our friends, they were mutual friends, and we had the same acquaintances and everything. And every time we'd be introduced as the Miliotis brothers, I'd say hi. My brother would say, hi, I'm 10 years old, but I'm short for my age. Okay, where's that coming from? What does that have to do with anything? Okay, but that's the way he would introduce himself. Okay, right away thinking, hey, I'm short for my age. I came from a family that wasn't wealthy. I mean, we were poor. But I'm not going to go back to my family and just say, hey, you know what? I had a hard upbringing. And, there's too much victimhood these days. There's too many excuses of, do you know why I'm like this? You ever hear that? I know I'm getting sensitive. I'm hitting a sensitive subject here, but just hear me out. Let's look past all the, the noise, okay? And let's get to the real issue. It's that, look, I'm a firm believer that everybody can have the same in life. They can accomplish anything, and there really aren't any limits. The only limitations are the ones we put on ourselves. Okay, so if I was growing up thinking that I'm short for my age, and I came from a poor family, so who's going to listen to me? I'm a college dropout. What do I know? I don't have a diploma. I probably wouldn't have experienced a lot of the amazing things that I was able to do because I didn't know any better. I believed I could. Okay. So here's the thing. So growing up, I'm a dreamer. And one time I remember that I made the mistake of sharing my dreams with my close friends. And this is growing up, early teens. And instead of getting, the accolades or the encouragement that I was expecting, I got the opposite. Oh, are you kidding? This is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Hey, Dino, tell George what you just told me. Ha, 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 ha. And growing up, there was kind of a horrible thing. I mean, and today, you might even call that bullying. And I could have gone through that, feeling like a victim, I guess you could say. But I didn't let it bother me. I just, I treated them as friends, okay? Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But I also started to realize that they don't have any factual evidence to back up their claim. How else do you expect them to counsel you? You know what I mean? What do they know? What do they know? So I didn't listen to all that. I just listened to myself. And so I began just challenging myself instead of like comparing myself to somebody else all the time and, how they're like this and I'm still like this. You know what I mean? I didn't care about that. I didn't care about that. There's always going to be somebody more successful. There's going to be somebody richer. There's going to be somebody better looking, taller, whatever your deal is, whatever your deal is. But I didn't listen to that. What I did is I started competing against myself. See, I kept pushing myself out of my comfort zone. Okay. It's really easy to stay in a nice little comfortable state. And, there's nothing wrong with it for a while. I mean, everybody needs some rest, okay, from life, take a break from life. But for the most part, you'll never understand, you'll never realize your full potential until you start pushing yourself past those comfort zones, okay? And so I didn't make big hurdles. I mean, sometimes I'd stretch, my comfort zone a little bit and see how quickly I can hit it. It was a win for me. Winning is important, okay? Not winning, and be arrogant. You got to always be humble. But again, you got to go out there and you got to try new things. So some advice. I mean, why am I going through all this stuff? It's because I thought it was really important. I mean, that lady's phone call, I'm not knocking her. I'm not knocking her at all. I wish her all the best in the world. But that lady's phone call, I think, represents a real big chunk of America, in fact, the world, where, you've been maybe beaten down so much that you accept where you are and you start not believing that you could be more. So some advice from the old guy, right? From the old guy is don't believe the noise all the time. It's nice to have friends and nice to get an opinion. And it's also nice to vent. Okay. Those are good things. I mean, we all do it, but more so than that, start believing in yourself, start challenging yourself, start comparing yourself to yourself, and always try and move forward. Always try and move forward. And you're going to find that you'll be able to accomplish and achieve so much without that fear, without that stigma of this supposed glass ceiling that everybody's talking about, okay? Don't go back and be a hater to all the people that wronged you in life, okay? Just leave that alone. Leave that alone, okay? Life's too short to have that anger and that rage in you. I know it gets to the best of us sometimes, but you got to let it go. You got to let it go and just say, you know what? It's their opinion. They're entitled to it, and that's cool. But this is my life. It's my life to live, and I got to move forward. Hey, I know I didn't take a question today, but I did want to share with you what happened on this radio show. It was kind of cool, and I wanted to talk about it because I thought it was an important subject. Hey, guys, if anything I said today was helpful, or if you know anybody who might benefit, don't forget to share this. Share this stuff, okay? This is really fun for me, but again, the underlying goal is that if I can touch just one person, we can together change the world, okay? So remember, go out there and live a life without limits. This is Dino Miliotis, and we'll see you next time on the No Box Network. Boom!